a girl walked into the school. All the colors around her instantly turned black and white because the school's rules were extremely strict. If a teacher discovered any other color, the consequences would be unimaginably cruel. On the very first day of school, a lipstick fell out of Nano's bag. The girl next to her quickly picked it up for her, thankfully before the teacher noticed. At that moment, the discipline director suddenly rushed into the classroom, announcing a random bag inspection. Nano showed clear resistance, claiming this was an invasion of personal privacy. The director violently snatched her bag, dumping out every item to assert her authority over Nano.
Now have I made myself clear to you?
Yeah.
Satisfied by her answer, the director left. But as soon as she stepped out of the room, Nano immediately took out her lipstick and applied it to her lips. At lunchtime, a female classmate warned Nano that any students who refused to cooperate with school discipline would face a terrible fate. Not long ago, a girl in their class merely corrected the teacher's mistake and was beaten on the head with a blackboard eraser until she bled. A male student tried to record the incident as evidence, but was also caught. The two of them were locked in the repentance room together and were never seen again. Nano was instantly intrigued. She began wondering how she could get in there herself. Just then, the discipline director came to inspect the cafeteria. Her eyes immediately caught sight of the bright red lipstick on Nano's lips. Since Nano was a new transfer student, the director decided to show leniency, ordering her to stand in the playground and memorize all 427 school rules. But Nano had no intention of obeying. She placed the rulebook on her head, waving to everyone across the campus. The crowd stared in surprise. Then she began loudly reciting the rules, mocking their contents with open contempt. Students thought she had gone mad. Student council members hurried to call the director. Nano proudly pulled out a lighter and burned the outdated, absurd rulebook in public.
I read through the book of rules. In all 427, none of them say that I can't set fire to the book of rules.
The director was furious and immediately locked Nano in the repentance room. Inside, the previous two students were still held. The director asked whether they had learned their lesson. The girl quickly apologized, begging to be set free, but the boy stubbornly insisted that he had done nothing wrong and would rather transfer schools. The director threatened to put him on the academic blacklist, which would prevent him from enrolling in any school again. The boy became frightened and finally lowered his head to admit fault. The two walked out of the repentance room in defeat, and Nano was put inside to take their place. School rules looped endlessly in her ears, but she only found them laughable. She decided to take a good nap instead. Back in her office, the director stared at the confiscated lipstick. She was tempted to try it on, but the next second, a student council member burst through the door. Nano had escaped from the repentance room and was now rallying the class to resist school regulations. The director rushed back to the classroom, planting a pack of cigarettes in Nano's pocket and accusing her in front of everyone. Then she locked her up again. Floodlights on every wall flashed endlessly at Nano, attempting to break her spirit. But the next day, Nano returned to class completely unharmed.